Escape Artist is the fourth and final episode from the first season of Short Treks, and it begins with Harry Mudd being sold by one bounty hunter to another bounty hunter. Sometimes it makes better business sense for your bounty hunting to be in bulk lots. Work smarter and not harder. So Harry is in the hands of this Tellarite who is taking great pleasure in turning him in because they have history.
You slept with my sister and stole my family's sacred cudgel.
Harry? Really? Because if I had to sleep with a Tellarite, I'd expect a hell of a lot more than a club. In fact, I'd probably want to use it to beat some sense into myself afterwards. Harry tries to talk his way out of this by claiming this is a case of mistaken identity, but their Space Wanted poster says, no mistake, Harry is totally guilty. Of everything, probably. Harry's captor, Tevrin Crit, isn't falling for that, though, so Harry comes clean and admits to the crime.
I had a romantic encounter with your sister. Yes, how could I ever forget? A forbidden tryst. Oh, her tusks prodded my face. Her stubble grazed my lips.
Well, it's not my place to judge. Except here, yuck. At least the Prime Minister in Black Mirror had to be blackmailed into it. Harry also claims that he's part of a resistance to the Federation authority, which in a sense could be considered true, and that they are the authority, and he tends to not listen to them. Throughout the story, there are several random flashbacks of the various times that Harry Mudd's been captured, like by the Klingons, by another extremely short bounty hunter, a pair of Orions, one an idiot and the other savvy and willing to electrocute him repeatedly. Din Djarin doesn't appear, but he may realize that Harry is more trouble than he's worth. But Harry's in a bad situation, captured, completely broke, and being delivered to a Federation ship, which brings him to his knees. He grovels like he's competing for the gold at the sniveling lackey Olympics. But Tevrin Crit is unmoved and has them both beamed over to deliver Mudd to Starfleet, though they don't seem all that excited about the nefarious criminal being brought to justice. The officer receiving Mudd asks if the one who turned Mudd in was a tall female bounty hunter, because Tevrin Crit is not the first person to show up with a bounty purchased from that particular bounty hunter. In fact, he's not the first to show up with Harry Mudd.
Zippers on the beach somewhere. If I had any money, I'd be zippers on the beach somewhere.
Yep, they're all androids, including the one Tevrin Crit just brought in. The number of people who want to turn Harry Mudd in for revenge and profit has made it so that Harry's best scam possible is to repeatedly just turn himself in disguise.
Would you happen to be interested in a slightly used cudgel?
Harry really puts the bastard in Magnificent Bastard. Escape Artist, like Calypso, works great in part because it too is not the kind of story you could really do in the normal series format. It takes advantage of the shortened format to plumb a story long enough without it becoming tedious. Rainn Wilson, who also directed, gives us a Mudd with the less homicidal streak that had made his Discovery revenge plot seem a bit excessively out of character for him, instead turning him back into the silver-tongued rapscallion forever trying to make a fortune and escape the clutches of those that he has swindled or outraged. The episode's structure not only maximizes the comedic possibilities of this, but it creates an almost Matryoshka doll setup with tiny remembered imprisonments within a caper, within a scheme. It's Mudd's all the way down. It serves as a strong contrast to the previous episode. Escape Artist is set in the armpits of the galaxy, every setting either deliberately aesthetically drab, set in the rough and ugly spots, or just flat out created to be horrifying. While Brightest Star gave us a gorgeous setting that struggled to hide an ugly truth of the hollowness of living. Escape Artist also seeks to infuse every scene with something to either amuse or surprise the audience, either by the depths that Harry is willing to sink to, the chutzpah that he is capable of, or the gullibility of his victims, so that even though the simple premise of Harry Mudd is turned into the authorities gets expanded into something greater. Episodes like this one and Calypso show how the format can be used to great effect, and hopefully the second season will follow their lead more.